Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Truck. I got a banger for you today. Shout out to this brother's platform. If you haven't already, go to his platform and show him some love. Miss Crimson Cures, go to her platform and show that queen some love. We're talking about not only accountability, but we're talking about communication. It's not what you say, it's how you say what you say.
It has gotten too out of hand. What we're addressing is the mindset. And when I say we, I mean content creators like myself and other content creators, men and women in the same sort of genre. The reason why we talk the way that we talk and we're so direct about it is because there was a time where we thought that we could self-correct because we knew it's not all. Right? It's not all. It's not all the Black women are not twerking. All the Black women are not single moms. All the Black women are not all of these different things that we're talking about. So there was a point in time where, at least I speak for me, I thought that because I had my head down being a wife, right, in my youth. So I wasn't outside. I thought other people was doing that and I had my head down. When I finally poked my head out of the lion's den and saw the boneyard instead of Pride Rock, that's when it was like, well, wait a minute, what happened? The reason why we're speaking so directly and so publicly in this way is because it's necessary. And I speak particularly to Black women. Our image is so bad. Our image, our collective image, is so bad because we allow the minority of hyenas to run and hoop and holler across the plains without being checked. And we said it's not everybody, so it shouldn't affect everybody. We were mistaken. We were mistaken with that. So now it's at critical mass. Our families are broken. Our homes are broken. The women don't have no cover. A lot of us don't got no sense. The men have been displaced because now we're fighting against masculinity. We don't like it. We get all these other things that's going on. We don't understand each other. We're not trying to understand each other. We talk past each other. And the root of that is a bad value system.
It's a line. And if you cross it, that's your motherfucking ass.
The root of that is not having our priorities straight as a people.
To add to it, a major root, your childhood, your upbringing. What happened to you growing up? What things did you see growing up? So we're looking at a combination of things. What was done to you growing up? What things did you see growing up? You see? And then you can add child neglect, child abandonment. Then you can also add spiritual, mental, physical, emotional abuse. And that goes for men and women on that aspect. Let's go.
People. We value the wrong things and we look at the wrong things and then we live our lives valuing those wrong things. So when we get on these cameras and these podcasts and we start talking specifically about women, the women get mad and they call women like me mammies and pick-me's and whatever other foolish names. I don't nobody care about them names. Because Black women in particular have to be examined. We're the ones that now have to be questioned because we done already examined the faults and flaws and shortcomings of Black men and how they fail and the problems that they have and the brokenness that they have collectively as a group of men.
Women don't have any problems expressing yourself when it's something negative to a male. But let a woman come up here And we have to have a real talk moment all of a sudden.
Begin to crack that thing open. Okay, now here's your brokenness. Here's all these things that we've identified about you. And we're going to call that thing out. Oh, don't you dare do that. Don't you dare expose us. And if you expose us, we got names for you, like Sassy or whatever the case may be, Drizzle Drizzle. But we're going to expose that thing. Twizzle Twizzle.
You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out.
A real person does not have a problem with looking at themselves in the mirror and calling that thing out as though it is so.
What we haven't truly examined, and this has been 30 some years in the making, because Sister Shahrazad Ali asked this question 30 plus years ago. Ain't nobody answered it yet. The Black community cannot fail the way it has catastrophically failed because one side of it failed and the other side is perfect. So two sides, the men and the women, have failed. So now as women, if we don't want to take 100% of the blame and say, well, you can't blame the women for the condition. My question, along with Sister Shahrazad Ali's question, was, what percentage of the blame do the women take? What percentage of this are we accountable for?
That's the thing right there. And they will tell you 0. And we know that's false. If you notice, I've noticed, when you say something real to a person, they can't take it. They get triggered.
Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
We know it ain't 100%, but what percentage of it are we accountable for? We gotta talk about it. We can't worry about what white people thinking about our conversations because we already got a bad image. They already think Black women are whores and sluts. They already think that about us. Because why do they think that? Because every time you turn on somebody's social media, every time you turn on Mike Tyson's internet, a Black woman got her booty tooted in the camera. She all on everywhere. She going across seas, twerking on historical sites. And it's not just the women who are actually doing it. It's the whole group of women that cheer it on and say it ain't no problem with that. She just having fun. Leave her alone.
For who men are, how they think, what they value, it's just this preconceived, idea that women have of who men should be. But this is not reality.
That's what we talking about. Not just the each individual woman that's doing all this stuff, but the hundreds, the thousands of women that cheer it and say it ain't no problem. We talk about the single motherhood rate from the terms, from the standpoint of, we're not talking about women who are widowed. We're not talking about women who, the husband passed on or, some extenuating circumstance that made her single with her children. We talking about the recklessness of a womb that you're responsible for as a woman. And then we champion that. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with single motherhood when we are producing bad product. When our boys don't know how to be men because there ain't no men around to raise them, and our girls don't know how to be women because there are no feminine women around to raise them. So we gotta have these conversations publicly. We can't worry about keep it in house. Keep it in house well.
Modern feminist rhythm of roll. We wouldn't see it because those women wouldn't behave that way. Because they were taught at a young age of what not to do, how not to carry yourself, what to say, what not to say, how to bridle your tongue, how to walk as a woman should. You want a husband? I'm going to teach you how to get a husband. I'm going to teach you how to keep him. But those women that do those things, those women that was taught how to be a wife, that was taught how to get a husband, taught how to get a man, taught how to keep a man. Those women get shamed.
To collectively come together and say, and notice that we're all having a collective same issue. So now how do we resolve it? And when we talk about what the women need to do to resolve the women's problems, I'm not talking about what the women need to do to resolve the men's problems. The men can resolve their own problems. They can handle themselves. The women have to resolve the female problems. So when we say, baby, keep your legs closed, don't let every man have you. And don't let every man put his seed in you. Especially if you ain't serious about him and he ain't serious about you. Then we got to hit backlash. When you don't tell women what to do. And da-da-da. See, we can't.
But be realistic about what you're looking for in a man. Look for a man who compliments you, challenges you, a man who can make you a better woman.
Teach the sisterhood, number one, about spiritual relationship. Teach the sisterhood how to go after what she wants, because you know closed mouths don't get fed. Teach the sisterhood how to get a man. If you don't know fine etiquettes, I'm going to teach you, because it's the sisterhood. I'm going to teach you how to cook. If you was never taught how to cook, if you was never taught the difference between right and wrong, good and bad, you're going to learn today in the sisterhood, because we're going to teach it. We're going to teach you how to be feminine, not masculine. You don't need to call men bro. Hey, my brother, good morning. Hey, my brother, good afternoon. Hey, my brother, good evening. Hey, my brother, good night. Then in the sisterhood, you got accountability. If you're wrong for something or you did something wrong, take responsibility for it. Admit you're wrong and do what you can do to fix it. Because in the sisterhood, change your mindset. Get out of this worldly, modern feminism mindset. Because you already see that it's going nowhere. It has gotten you nowhere. So change your mindset. All these things you're going to learn in the sisterhood. The sisterhood should be teaching all of this. How to listen. How to be quiet. How to ask questions. How to be understanding. How to be nurturing. How to be respectful. How to be kind. You want to talk about the sisterhood, these are the things that should be going on and being taught in the sisterhood. We don't see that.
Look for their secrets.
And another thing in the sisterhood, teaching how to present yourself, how to be presentable.
I'm done.